Greetings, everyone. It's Pastor Dave coming to you once again with my word study from my house. That picture you just saw with the scripture behind is a picture we took a Sunday. We had a chance to get out on the river on the boat, and what a beautiful day to be out. And the eagles, wow. 20 years ago, we never saw eagles like we've seen them now. It's just amazing to watch them in flight. It's amazing to see them dive and fish and play together up above. It was just incredibly awesome. What a great and beautiful day it was to spend some time with the wife, the kiddo, and of course, God's incredible creation. A number of people keep on asking me about the Curls Challenge. Yeah, it's still going on. We're hoping to wrap it up in a week. If you're watching for the first time, here's the deal. I have not had a haircut like many of you since the coronavirus. And so I've got curls, natural curls in the back of my head now. Nothing on top yet still. I wish I could transplant it, right? Maybe I'll do a comb over pretty soon from the back to the front. Just kidding. But here's the deal. If we raise $1,000, my wife's going to cut off my curls in our backyard, and the money we raise will all go to the Salvation Army. Don't send it to me. Don't send it to Olivet. We'll have you send that directly to the Salvation Army once we reach that goal. But we're hoping we're going to accomplish that in a week's time is our goal and our effort there. We're looking at the Isaiah text for today, for our purposes of study today. What an incredible, powerful text that is. Picking up with verse 28. Have you never heard? Have you never understood? The Lord is the everlasting God, the creator of all the earth. He never grows weak or weary. No one can measure the depths of his understanding. Verse 29. He gives power to the weak and strength to the powerless. Even youth will become weak and tired, and young men will fall in exhaustion. Verse 31 now, this is Isaiah 40:31. But those who trust in the Lord will find new strength. They will soar high on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint. It's so important that Isaiah included the description of being like eagles. Eagles are powerful, majestic birds. I mean, he could have said chickens, right? And I'm just kidding. He wouldn't have said chickens, but in theory, he could have. But chickens aren't very majestic birds, and the domestic ones don't fly very high at all. Now, don't get me wrong. I have nothing against chicken. I like chickens. I like chickens roasted, done on the grill, fried chicken. Absolutely love it. But it's not a very majestic bird to be compared to. On Sunday, when we're watching those eagles soar, as they catch the air currents and ride in those air currents, as they land in the highest trees to do their fishing and to overlook the area, you could see the size of that incredible, majestic bird. You could see the claws. You could see them in action. And it was truly a sight to behold. In our text today, God reminds you and me that he never grows weak or weary, and no one can measure the depths of his understanding. He gives power to the weak and strength to the powerless. He gives us his strength, his power, his presence when we are weak and when we are tired, when we are overwhelmed by the coronavirus and everything that's going with it, when we're overwhelmed by our own situation in life. He gives the power to us when we're at our weakest, and strength to those of us who feel powerless. Those who trust in the Lord, it's an act of faith. It's that step of faith we all have to make. That I'm going to trust in the Lord. I don't know what today will bring. I don't know what tomorrow will bring. I don't know what next week will bring, next month will bring. I don't know these things in my own life. But I take that step of faith forward, trusting in his Lord and finding new strength, new strength. They will soar high on wings like eagles, and they will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint. It happened a number of years ago when that song on Eagle's Wings became very popular. It's a newer hymn by hymn standards. It's only been around maybe 20, 30 years, but it's a beautiful hymn. A hymn that's quite frequently asked at funerals. And so I have a lot of memories of this hymn being sung with you guys and your loved ones. Your presence and your power as we seek comfort in God's strength and his enduring love. May you feel the strength and power of God this very day. I'm going to go to that song right now, and then I'll come back a little bit later.
Shelter of the Lord, who abide in his shadow for life. Say to the Lord, my refuge, my rock, in whom I trust, and he will raise you up on eagle's wings, bear you on the breath of dawn, make you to shine like the sun, and hold you in the palm
Our text once again for the day. Have you never heard? Have you never understood? The Lord is the everlasting God, the creator of all the earth. He never grows weak or weary. No one can measure the depths of his understanding. He gives power to the weak and strength to the powerless. Even youths will become weak and tired, and young men will fall in exhaustion. But those who trust in the Lord will find new strength. They will soar high on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not faint. God's blessing upon you and your family. And remember, through whatever you're going through, our God, who's a great and mighty God, holds us in the palm of his hands. Amen.